So, Servus, grüße euch. Da bin ich. Wie ist es? Wir sind wieder zurück bei Lamplight City. Die Lampen sind an und wir können versuchen, diesen mysteriösen Fall des, Blumendiebstahl ist es ja gar nicht, sondern im Prinzip ist es ja ein Kaufen, ohne gesehen zu werden von den Blumen. Und wir müssen mal gucken, wie wir jetzt hier weitermachen. Ich habe ehrlicherweise gar keine Ahnung, wo wir jetzt waren. Jetzt schon wieder ein paar Tage her. Aha. Lilieneingänge. Ja, das haben wir gemacht. Das Experiment. Ja. Da sind sie reingekommen. Das haben wir so hingekriegt. Und es ist immer noch richtig laut, ne? Mal gucken, machen wir weiter. So, ich gehe mal raus. Ich gucke mal, ob das geht. Das scheint zu gehen. So, hier haben wir Trevor. Ich bin mir noch nicht so richtig sicher, worum es in der Story geht.
Fordham, what are you doing?
I was gonna check inside this trash can for clues.
Miles, in the 15 years we've been partners, how many times have you found something inside a trash can that wasn't garbage?
Fair point.
Ja, würde ich direkt bei Bauchmits Flug sagen. Da haben wir so viel Hinweise im Müll gefunden. Naja, so, was ist
Fine
mit
job
ihm?
you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Detective. Now, please, let me do my job in peace.
Okay.
Tonight's shipment of flowers. Still sealed by the looks of it.
Question is, for how long?
Wir sollen uns hier nochmal umgucken. Was müssen wir vielleicht das erstmal reporten, sage ich mal hier an die Dame? Ich möchte sagen, dass die Sounds sehr unausgewogen sind.
I have a few more questions for you, Mrs. Sandbrook.
Very well, Detective. If it will help you conclude your investigation faster.
Ja. Ja.
Mrs. Handbrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small upstairs window?
Is there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked. I've never noticed a gap. Are you suggesting that's how the burglar is entering the store?
Precisely. I believe the burglar is passing a tool through the gap and using it to unlock the window.
Oh my.
But now that we know the method, we're one step closer to catching him.
And how do you propose to do that?
I'll inform you as soon as I know. I think that's all the information I need for now.
All right, Detective.
Ja, recht herzlichen Dank. Dann haben wir das ja schon mal ausgerichtet. Ich gehe trotzdem noch mal raus. Mit dem Stechschritt.
Looks like they've had some trouble with Van.
Pretty much.
Das wollte ich nicht. Ich
Bill,
wollte
could I
das.
have a word?
Bill, komm mal mit
What's
rüber.
on your mind?
Okay, wir müssen erstmal, glaube ich, alles absprechen, oder?
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he might be doing it for the thrill?
There could be any number of reasons. The best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves.
Warum sollte ein Dieb dort einbrechen und im Anschluss Geld dalassen für eine Ware? Ich kann eigentlich kann ich mir nur vorstellen, dass er vielleicht die Ladenbesitzerin kennt und nicht auftreten möchte und trotzdem die Blumen braucht. Keine Ahnung. Wahrscheinlich nicht.
Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
And I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hambrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
Oh.
Damn, I forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf after the last time we did this.
What?
I said, oh, right. Your sense of humor remains on point.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Bretagne's filth and squalor after a week, but...
You should do it. A change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Ah, right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just... Shh.
I think I heard something.
Das versprechen wir gleich noch. Das ist schon cool gemacht.
Oh, no.
Bill?
Oh, das ist
Stop!
doch...
Police!
Damn it! He's got up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof.
Okay.
Stay close and keep me covered.
Ja, ich kann doch nicht klicken. Der Hut. Hat ihn. Oh nein!
Bill!
Stay back, officer. Got a knife. Ready your pistol for him.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now!
Ich kann nichts
There's
machen.
really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened.
Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
Oh Gott!
Look, we've caught you red-handed. Put down the knife, let my partner go, and give yourself
Ich
up.
kann wegen Blumen keiner schießen.
No, I'm not going to jail. Do you know what they do to people in there?
Yes, I do. If you cooperate, I'll see if I can get the judge to ease your sentence.
I appreciate your tactics, Fordham, but this really isn't the time.
Der wird nicht verhandeln. Wird er verhandeln? Oh mein Gott! Ich will nicht, dass er drauf geht.
Come on, all you've really done is taken some flowers. You're not a killer. Don't make things worse for yourself.
You don't know anything about me. One thing's for sure. I'm not going to jail. So let me go free, or else your partner is going over the side.
Fordham, this madman clearly can't be reasoned with.
Nein.
Take your shot.
Nein,
Now.
wir lassen ihn gehen. Dieb laufen lassen.
Okay, we'll look the other way just this once. Just let my partner go.
Fordham, are you insane?
Bill, don't!
No!
Bill!
Oh no!
Oh, God!
No!
I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
No! Oh nein! Hätte ich was tun können? Habe ich es falsch gemacht? Aber ich kann doch niemanden wegen Blumen erschießen. Oder den Fehlschuss.
Rough night.
Overdid it on the soporific.
Das ist derselbe Dialog wie am Anfang. Schlafton.
Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
Jetzt in unserem Kopf. Oder was? Also, jetzt mal ehrlich, mehrere Sachen besprechen. Also, nee, erstmal den Plot. Das ist doch so ein Fake-Entscheidung. Da passiert dasselbe. Wenn ich abgedrückt hätte, hätte er den davor gezogen oder hätte ihn abgestochen oder so. Aber jetzt mal ehrlich, also, ich kann doch nicht, wirklich, wir sind in einem Adventure, ich verstehe es, ja, wir haben Spielelogik, alles gut. Wir sind die Bad Boys immer und so weiter. Aber wir können doch nicht jemanden anschießen wegen des Diebstahls von ein paar Blumen. Das, also alleine, selbst wenn wir ihn treffen, haben wir jemanden angeschossen für den Diebstahl von ein paar Blumen. Wenn wir ihn treffen und durch den Rückstoß zieht er unseren Kollegen mit runter, ist es auch scheiße. Wenn wir ihn nicht treffen und er sticht ihn ab, ist es scheiße. Wenn wir ihn nicht treffen sondern unseren Kollegen treffen, dann ist es noch viel schlimmer. Also, es geht alles nicht. Deswegen weiß ich nicht, was ich da jetzt hätte anders machen sollen. Ich fand Verhandeln jetzt gar nicht schlecht. Aber nichts gebracht. Aber wahrscheinlich der Plot würde hier enden. Also es würde immer hier wieder ankommen.
That was the idea.
Come now, you don't really mean that.
Believe me, I do.
I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
Ja, jetzt haben wir den Poltergeist hier bei uns im Kopf.
If you're just as miserable, why don't you just go away and leave me in peace?
Believe me, I wish I knew how. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Mhm. Den Einbrecher vom Blumenladen finden.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I've told you several times, although to be fair, if you actually listened to me, I'd still be alive. At any rate, you wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Komm, wir sind so ein abgefuckter Detective hier.
A decent night's sleep?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
Mich würde interessieren, ob wenn er jetzt etwas denkt, ob das dann der Bill auch hört oder nicht. Gucken wir uns mal ein bisschen um.
You should have let me be buried wearing my hat. At least it wouldn't be gathering dust like it is now.
If I'd done that, it would be dust right now.
Fair point. Wouldn't you say it's time for a change of clothes, Miles? You've been wearing that coat for who knows how long.
So? Addie gave it to me. Besides, it gives me character.
Right. Brooding detective in a long black coat. That's never been seen before.
What are you talking about, Bill?
Never mind.
Ja, okay.
I always like that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother, even if the eyes do always follow you around the room.
Schrecklich. Ich hatte zuletzt ein Bild gesehen. Würde jetzt zu weit führen, wo, aber ich habe ein Bild gesehen. Das sah aus wie der Schrei, diese Figur beim Schrei, nur mit noch weniger Ausdruck im Gesicht und ganz groß. Das war Nightmare Stuff und das hing bei den Leuten im Wohnzimmer. Ganz gruselig.
Pretty, but I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell anymore. Adelaide's last performance. She could really bring the house down. Remember before you started taking that medicine and you could actually read a book for more than 10 minutes before falling asleep? You were a lot more fun to talk to back then. Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private time.
Siehste?
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
I thought you appreciated some romantic music.
Ja, das hatte ich mir auch gerade gefragt. Ich wollte nur genug Pietät haben, das nicht zur Sprache zu bringen hier. Jetzt ist seine Gedanken, ist jetzt der Bill. Das kann fast nicht sein. Mal gucken, ob wir was Übernatürliches haben. Das würde mich ja persönlich erstmal wieder freuen. Oder ob er vielleicht wirklich ein bisschen verrückt geworden ist. Denn es ging ja auch schon um ein Asylum hier. Also eine Nervenheilanstalt. Mal gucken.
Miles, care to explain what you're doing?
Just checking to make sure everything that needs to be in here still is.
Right. If you start taking that stuff during the day, you're really going to have problems.
Ah ja, das machen wir nicht.
It's admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you.
Okay, komm. Genug angeguckt, genug Dialog. Aha.
Well, look who's awake. Ready to rejoin the living?
Very much so.
Wer ist das? Eddie.
You were talking in your sleep again.
Did I say anything interesting?
Do you ever?
You have to admit, she's got you there.
How are you feeling?
A touch groggy. I think I took a bit too much of the soporific last night.
That's what I thought. When you went for your after-lunch nap, you'd barely gotten breakfast down. I saved you some bread and cheese if you're hungry.
Thank you, but I haven't got much of an appetite.
You really should regulate your doses more carefully, love. I'm sure dull senses and an empty stomach aren't much help to your work. By the way, a message arrived via courier for you this morning. I put it on the table along with today's newspaper.
Thank you, dear.
Also, ich muss ja sagen, für mich ist ein Adventure immer schon gut, wenn diese LucasArts-Schriftart am Start ist. Das finde ich dann immer schon so schön, so klasse. Gucken, was im Brief ist. Oh Gott. Ein großer Fall ist reingekommen, von dem ich glaube, dass er dich interessiert. Treffen Sie mich, das müsste groß geschrieben werden, treffen Sie mich im, oh Gott, Rung Coffeehouse? Keine Ahnung, und dann war ich zu langsam.
Upton says she's got a big case for me.
Does she go into any more detail than that?
No, but then you know Upton. Always on a need-to-know basis. Especially since she's been giving me these cases under the table.
To be fair, they haven't exactly been anything of note.
True, but she's still sticking her neck out for me. I can understand why she's so secretive about it.
I think she just misses having you around the station.
Poor Connie. With you quitting and me dying, she must be bored stiff at work.
Anyway, I'm supposed to meet her at the ruined coffee house. That can't be right.
It's not like Constance to make mistakes. She must have gotten in somehow.
Guess I'll head over there and see what she's got then.
Okay, ins Ruin Coffee House wollen wir, aber erst ein Blick in die Zeitung. Ja, 0% Chance, dass ich das vorlese. Nur die Headlines. Wir sind der typische Bildleser und lesen nur die Überschriften. Also im Gedenken an die HMS Ligier. Keine Ahnung, Entschuldigung, das ist wahrscheinlich alles irgendwie französisch angehaucht und ich bin so ein Kretin und kann das nicht aussprechen. Dame der höheren Gesellschaft gestorben. Ja, von der High Society wahrscheinlich. Madame Dupri ist letzten Samstag gestorben. Ja, Ätherizität. Aha. Ich glaube, wir sind hier doch so ein bisschen in so einer Art Paralleluniversum. Also es ist nicht alles wie auf unserer Erde. Okay, also ein zweiter grotesker Mord ist da hier am Start gewesen. Ihr hättet das ja pausieren können und lesen können. Seht's mir nach. Die Schriftart ist auch schwierig. Da werde ich nur wieder vor mich hinstottern und den Vorlesesimulator, den will ich jetzt hier nicht schon wiedergeben. Hier haben wir Miles Jr., das ist die Pflanze.
Adelaide calls that plant Miles Jr. It's a spitting image.
Ja. Sind wir also Miles? Ich hab's schon wieder vergessen. Seht's mir nach.
Bollingworth Ale, my favorite. And a nice souvenir from the Angel. You really ought to go back there someday.
Mhm.
I'd love to see the look on Snelling's face if he ever found out you kept your old truncheon.
Okay. Komm mal raus.
Time for me to get some things done.
I wish you'd let me fix your hair before you go out like that.
It'll be fine.
Ah, ja. Okay.
Ruin Coffee House. Worst Java in Lamplight City. But there's no better place to overhear all the rumors and gossip in town. Just make sure you don't get too close to the other patrons. Discretion is never your forte.
Ja, persönlich glaube ich, dass wir erstmal hier hingehen müssen. Und das leider Gottes ein bisschen runterdrehen müssen. Ach, guck mal. Sehr interessant. Ah, das ist derselbe Bug, glaube ich, wie in The Moment of Silence. Kann das sein?
Not in much of a hurry to clean up in here, are they?
Ja, das ist derselbe Bug. Die Soundäscher werden nicht gespeichert. Interessant, okay.
Not in much of a hurry.
Gut. Ein Gast. Ja, da sage ich nichts zu.
Best avoid that one. He looks like he might tip over at any moment.
Ja, das stimmt.
Reminds me of when I was alive. Ah, good times. Self-Portrait as a Desperate Man by B. Calvert. A bit like looking in the mirror, isn't it, Miles?
Ja, okay. Eine Kaffeemaschine, sehr coole Kaffeemaschine. Sowas hätte ich gerne bei mir in der Wohnung. Nicht funktionell natürlich, aber halt einfach so als Highlight. Vielleicht gibt's das ja. Mal gucken. Constance Upton ist da. Gucken, vielleicht ist ihre Halbschwester Kate hier noch irgendwo.
A young woman holding a guitar. Completely the wrong way, I might add.
Ja, knackt.
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Ja. Ich habe hier nur Tee aktuell.
If it isn't my old friend, up to no good.
Hello, Fordham. It's good to see you.
How did you get them to let you in here?
It's rather simple, really. The owner and I have an understanding. He pretends women are allowed in coffee houses, and I don't report his unsavory business practices to Chief Snelling.
Sounds like a good deal. What sort of unsavory business practices are we talking about?
Oh, we haven't got time to get into that now. But take some advice. Don't order anything that isn't water.
Okay, das heißt, wir sind hier in einer Situation, wo Frauen nicht in Kaffeehäuser dürfen. Ah ja. Okay. Okay. Muss ich nicht hinterfragen. So.
Managed to sneak another case past Snelling, eh?
Yes, and if he finds out I did, it won't be pretty. This is a big one. We're not in lost cat territory anymore.
So stop teasing me and tell me what it is already.
Do you know Madame Laura Dupre?
Ja, aus der Zeitung.
Laura Dupre. She's one of those Gascon Grand Dames, isn't she?
That's right. I'm surprised you've heard of her. I didn't think you cared about those types of people.
I don't, but Adelaide has several of them as clients. She gets paid to pretend to care about their lives, and I get to hear the sordid details.
Madame Dupre died the day before yesterday. Her funeral was held this morning.
My condolences.
But halfway through the service, the mourners heard a loud knocking coming from inside her coffin.
Oh, she wasn't dead?
Apparently not. Nearly interred alive, although her doctor swears she had no pulse. Dupre's son Andrew was quick to suspect foul play. He accused a man named Albert Martin, and the police arrested him.
So where do I come in? Sounds like the case has already been solved.
I strongly suspect that Martin is innocent, especially considering the talk of him having used black magic on Dupre. The police feel they have enough evidence to convict, so they're not bothering to investigate any further. You're going to look into it and see if I'm right, then find the person who was really behind this.
Okay, interessant. Die ist also lebendig begraben worden. Sie hatte keinen Puls. Okay, das kannst du ja in Anführungszeichen faken. Mit irgendwie einem Mittelchen, was das Herz ein bisschen langsamer schlagen lässt. Oder was ich zum Beispiel mal gelesen habe, ist, wenn man einen Golfball oder etwas Golfball Großes unter den Arm klemmt, in die Achsel und dann zudrückt, dann spürst du auch keinen Puls am Arm. Auch sehr interessant.
Has Madame Dupre recovered from her ordeal?
I'm afraid not. Apparently she's been catatonic since they pulled her out of the coffin.
How unfortunate.
If you'd like to question Mr. Martin, he's being held at the Bow Street Jail. Or you could take a look around his house. It's at 451 Compton Street in Worcester.
And the Dupre home?
That's at Emmeline and Comtesse, right across from the old Angeline convent. It's also possible you might run into the police during your investigation, since they're technically still on the case.
Thanks for the warning.
Okay, ich denke.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about before you get started?
Gucken wir mal, was wir können, was wir fragen können.
Let's hear.
So, zack, zack, zack. Ja, wir sehen schon ein bisschen untergerockt aus, das stimmt.
Don't suppose there have been any developments regarding Bill's murder?
Unfortunately not. The department hasn't exactly been focusing on that case as a priority. The general attitude is that it was an accident. Bill died an honorable death in the line of duty.
Would have been nice if they bothered saying that at the funeral.
And of course there are still those who blame you for his death, Snelling being the first and foremost.
But the man who killed him is still out there.
Yes, I know, but it looks like you're on your own if you want to find him. My hands are tied. I can only ask around so much before the higher-ups get suspicious. Just don't give up. New Bretagne may be a big city, but the criminal world is surprisingly close-knit. If you find any connections or leads during your other cases, be sure and let me know. I'll do the same if I find anything out.
See, she has a priority straight. You could learn a lot from Upton.
Ich weiß nicht. Doch, wir fragen mal, was mit ihr so abgeht.
How are things going with you?
Work is hectic as usual, and I'm spending my day off in here. But considering my home life is still a shambles, maybe this is the best place to be.
I'm truly sorry about that.
Don't be ridiculous. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be chained to that philandering bastard. It hasn't been easy, but I'm much better off this way. Trust me. Anyway, work gives me something to focus on. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes, and I'm grateful to you for getting me these case leads. I know you're taking a risk to do it.
It's the least I can do. How about you? How's Adelaide?
She's fine, although things between us could be improved, if I'm being honest. The less said about it right now, the better, I think.
I'm sorry to hear that. You can talk to me about it if you need to, although I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice.
Okay, den Fall noch einmal durchgehen.
I wanted to go over the case with...
Okay.
What do you know about Madame?
Only what I've read about. She's been married thrice, which I can empathize with, and she's extremely rich, which I can't.
What makes you think this Martin fellow is innocent?
The fact that the only evidence is the word of Dupre's son. I've seen this sort of thing thousands of times, and I'm sure you did too. They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Ja.
You're the only person I know who can put it right.
Upton's intentions are noble, but she has to realize this is just a drop in the ocean.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay.
Okay,
That's it, I think.
dann rollen wir los.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to help you find the flower shop burglar, but I suppose freeing an innocent man is a worthy diversion.
Okay, ich würde sagen, wir gehen mal los und schauen mal, was wir hier so finden. Ach du Schande. Von oben nach
Ah,
unten.
Compton Street. We're not too far from Restaurant Row. When's the last time you ate anyway?
Please, let's not add eating to the list of things to nag me about.
Ja. Taxidepot haben wir hier. Ein Plakat.
One
Was?
of Atwood's re-election posters, sorely lacking a mustache. Go on, Miles. Fix this grievous injustice.
Not now, Bill. There are more important things to worry about.
Okay,
Spoil sport.
gehen wir mal rein.
I'm sorry, I have no time for visitors today.
I need to speak with you about Albert Martin.
Albert? Are you with the police?
No, I'm a private investigator.
Oh, I don't think you can help. I'm sorry.
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
Good day to you, sir.
Gut, hier brauchen wir noch mehrere Infos. Denke ich. 2 Minuten haben wir noch. Komm. Also, Ausgang. Hier kann man nichts machen. Der Kerker.
Fordham? Is that you? You look like something a cat spat up.
Hello, Giles. It's lovely to see you, too.
Monkey Island.
What
Kerker.
brings you round the jail? I thought you'd quit being a detective.
I'm looking to speak with Mr. Albert Martin.
Oh, I see. Well, that's him in the first cell there. I'd say what needs saying as quick as you can, though. He's headed for the gallows in the morning.
What? Already? But what about a trial?
No trial necessary when there's black magic involved. This little half-breed's already sealed his fate.
Such a charming fellow, isn't he?
Ja, das ist natürlich ganz besonders fortschrittlich, dass wir jetzt zur Hexenjagd zurückkehren. Schöne Sache. Ich spreche trotzdem noch mal kurz mit ihm.
Mr. Martin?
Who are you? My lawyer?
No, I'm actually here to help you. The name's Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
How are you going to help me?
I'm looking into the attack on Madame Dupre. I believe you're innocent.
Oh, thank heaven. That's music to my ears.
Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Friend, if it means saving me from the noose, I'll tell you nothing less than God's truth.
Interesting choice of phrase for someone accused of using black magic.
Okay, aber ich glaube, hier machen wir Feierabend und machen in der nächsten Folge weiter. Bis hierhin, danke fürs Zuschauen, Zuhören und zum nächsten Mal. Tschüssi.